Belated Happy New Year to everyone. I'm happy that after all, we have decided to set a day, January 12th, to be our Thanksgiving Day. And I'm happy that you are here, and hopefully our gathering together brings something that could inspire us, that could challenge us, and could lead us to a better life for the Lord. I have heard that there is a request that I'm going to speak about Sunrise Christian College establishment. As a matter of fact, this is the first time that I stood before an audience like you to tell you the story of Sunrise Christian College, except for the fact that I have written some articles about Sunrise Christian College which were only about 2 pages. Every time I was asked about Sunrise Christian College, it was easier for me to hand out those things that I had written, for them to know more about Sunrise Christian College, but I know that those 2 sheets of papers were not enough to tell everything about Sunrise Christian College establishment. To begin right away with the establishment of Sunrise Christian College without talking about the past, about experiences that I have had when I was getting my college education would not be complete. When I was privileged and was granted by God the opportunity to go to the United States, to be and to enjoy the academic scholarship that I did not enjoy in the Philippines, it is because of poverty that I could not pay my way to Manila to accept the scholarship that was given to me or offered to me by the University of the Philippines. I went straight to Zamboanga Bible College in Zamboanga City in 1961. And in there I spent a year of studying the Bible, the first time that I ever really opened my Bible with God's gift. I have shown that I deserve the honor that was given to me by my director of the Bible College, that he had chosen me to represent the Philippines to get a scholarship at Michigan Christian Junior College in Michigan, USA, Rochester, Michigan. 2 years that I spent at Michigan Christian College is a year of study, is a year of observation, and a year of learning, not only inside my classroom, but even learning the way the people speak the English language or the American language, and also the customs of the Americans, and especially the Christian in their support of a Christian institution. I was amazed of the diligence of many of the people that have supported Michigan Christian Junior College in Rochester, Michigan, because it was not only the men who had labored and toiled to promote the cause of Christian education by establishing firmer and better founder for Michigan Christian College, but even the women in the community or in the churches around Michigan bound themselves together and formed the so-called Women for Michigan Christian College, raised funds for the school in order that the school could continue. The effect that I have seen in the observation for 2 years had a great impact in my life, and I started to have a dream. Well, my being a dreamer did not start at Michigan Christian College. During the war, when we were in evacuation center in Badak, that was a part of Bulwan municipality at that time. I think it was almost at the end of the Second World War that we were forced to go into a school to continue all our studies in whatever the Japanese government wanted us to learn. You know, my friends and my brethren, I have learned many songs in Japanese, but even a word of those songs I cannot understand. It is because our house before the coming of the Japanese forces in Mindanao, especially in Lambayon, was behind the elementary school of Lambayon, that is in Sultan Kudarat now. Every day I was at the door of those classrooms, listening to the songs that were taught by the people, by the teachers. Thank you. By the teachers, and I can sing to you a song that I have sung when I boarded an airplane to go to the United States, and I was seated with two couples who are Japanese. And this song goes like this. Neyo to kai no sorakite. That's too long. And that is too high. Neyo kai no sorakite, niri naki ma, sensei no sene hatsurachachu, ego hodoro yasima, oh sehero no hasa. So wa o kai no sorakite, niri naki ma, sensei no seni hatsurachachu, oyepo wa odoro yasuma. Not a word of that song did I know its meaning, but it is a song that sounds good. And I asked the Japanese couple behind beside me, is that sound all right? And they said, yeah. They didn't speak good English. And they said, very good, very good. Well, at least I have a reward of singing that song that I did not understand. And during the Japanese occupation, and when we were in the evacuation center in Badak, Bulwan, in our class of more than 50 pupils, our teacher asked us what is our ambition in life. And he said, and I said, my ambition. Others have already said, what are they going to be when they become older? And I said, for me, I'm going to go to the United States. I don't know what the United States is, but I said, I'm going to the United States of America. And that is my ambition. All right, said our teacher, if you can read your name when I write them on the board, your dreams will be fulfilled. All the names were written, and all the students have sat down because they have read their name written on the board. But I remained standing. It was because I could not even read my name that was written on the board. But I was so ambitious, and he said to me, you are a dreamer. At that time, that was the beginning of the time when I was called a dreamer. Not only among my classmates, but even in my own family, my brothers and my sisters called me a dreamer. But I'm not a man that dreams at night. blind and a dreamer during the day. Then, connecting with my experiences in the United States, when I saw the influence of a Christian college in the state of Michigan, which is still a mission field even at this time, I began to dream a dream that someday, if it is possible, I would like to start a school that would be like Michigan Christian College. But after I transferred to a bigger school, there I found also at Oklahoma Christian University, which was then still a college, the influence of Oklahoma Christian College in the whole state of Oklahoma. I traveled wide and far and wide in places because I had been invited to speak in different congregations almost every Sunday, unless I turned it down because of my coming examinations. I have seen the growth of many congregations in the nearby area of the college, and I see the benefit of having a Christian college in a state wherein the churches of Christ Jesus Christ. 2 years of staying in Oklahoma Christian College has given me a lot of lessons, has given me a lot of things to think about. I have met people that are truly sincere in their Christian living. People who have means in life. I did not mean that I had chosen them because they have money, but they have chosen me to be their friend. I didn't know them, but they were the ones who come and approached me and invited me to their home. I was so dumbfounded to see homes that are fabulous. Only 4 people were living, the couple and their 2 daughters. These people have trusted me and said that if they were not at home when I go to their home, they told me where I could find the key to their home, get into their home, eat whatever thing I can see in their refrigerator, or even cook if I wanted to, because they have 4 freezers filled with beef, because they had a ranch. Other than that, they also have an airplane that had taken me and Mina at one time from Oklahoma to Texas, in Bergen, Texas. When I was talking to them, they asked me about my impression of Oklahoma Christian College. I said, I know it is one of the things that a person could be benefited if someone could establish a school like this in our country. With their encouragement, he said, when you finish at Oklahoma Christian, you go home and find the land filled with coconuts, and we will try to help you find the land for you to start a school in the Philippines. That inspired me so greatly. These are the Bergen Newell family. As the time went on, when I graduated from Oklahoma Christian College, there were so many surprises in my life that I did not expect that I would be reaping at the end of the 4-year education that was given to me. I did not make the academic honor roll, but I was chosen as the best senior Bible student of the college. And when my name was announced, the auditorium, which is filled with about 5,000 parents at the graduation time, stood up, and I felt that the world had shaken. murag nagdalugtog o naglino. Ang kalimutan ka. That gave another impact in your life. And someday, God willing, I will really try my best to establish a school like my two alma maters. 1965, after graduation, I was so happy to take my voyage home. It had taken me 19 days to the sea because at the port of Manila, I know that Lina and Salvador are waiting. There is a great thing that I would like to tell you, that what little thing I have shared to you in terms of education, in terms of determination, and in terms of willingness to impart whatever blessing God has given to me, has cost me a lot. We were only 4 months married when I left Lina in Zamboanga City. I went to work on my papers to go to the United States in Manila. Over 1 month, I spent in Manila working for my papers to go abroad. September 11, 1962, when I left the Philippines to go to the United States. To me, that was a great sacrifice. It is because for 4 solid school years, I never have come back to see my wife, and then also to see my son, who was poor while I was away. But these sacrifices I now count them a blessing to me. It is because God has given me the opportunity to do something at the level of my best, to share to my own people. I was accepted as an ordinary teacher at Zamboanga Bible College when I was denied the opportunity to teach at Philippine Bible College in Baguio City because the acting director could not decide whether to accept me or not. I went home and worked for 3 weeks, 3 months in Cotabato. Helped my father-in-law and then the late brother Elizabeth with the work of their congregations. Then came the invitation to me to go and teach at Zamboanga Bible College, my own alma mater in Bible school, and I accepted that readily. I started as a regular teacher. And after a semester, I was promoted to be the academic dean of Zamboanga Bible College. Many of my predecessors in that school were seen to be obviously jealous of me, especially When the American missionary who was serving as a director left the Philippines and suggested to the Bakersfield congregation in California that I become the president of the school of the college. There's much more antagonism against me. And neophyte in the profession of teaching. One who is poor financially has become the president of Zamboanga Bible College. When I took over Zamboanga Bible College, I made many observations that the people that will come to the campus, and especially when there is a lectureship, national lectureship, that was held in Zamboanga City in 1963. I observed that most of the preachers, Filipino preachers, were people that are less educated academically. Only a few, not even I think a half a dozen, had any experience of stepping into the second year of college in the secular school. Many were 5th grade, 6th grade, 4th year high school, and then 2nd year college. Because of that, I saw that the need of the Philippines, especially the people of God in the Philippines, is for our preachers to be educated better than what they have been educated. And I have wished that the opportunity would be given to us, that when we have a school that offers, I think, a secular degree and or what we call vocational degree, plus your Bible, and 4 years of stay in the Bible school would not be a waste. Why did I say that it would not be a waste? Brethren, in the Bible school there are so many intelligent young men who wish to be educated in secular schools for secular degree. But they could not. It is because of their power. So I thought to myself that if I could start the school, convert Zamboanga Bible College into a secular, semi-secular college, offering Bible as one of the majors, then we could improve the quality of our preachers, having a secular degree and flowing in secular manners, just as anyone else who graduated from our schools. I laid the plan. Oh, it took me a long time to lay the plan. And then I was invited to go to the sponsoring congregation in California, that was in Bakersfield, California, in 1969 or 68. No, 1969. I presented to them my plan about Zamboanga Bible College to be converted into a college that can offer secular degrees and be accredited by the government. For 3 weeks, we have night after night with meeting with the deacons and the elders of Bakersfield, California. And they have seen the wisdom of the plan that I had presented to them, and they gave their full approval of the plan. Oh, I was so free. We came back home after 3 months of staying away from my children, Salvador, David, Tino, and Sammy. In our arrival, we were given a welcome back party. And the excitement of the news that I was going to give to them was overwhelming. So in that party, I stood up and announced what I had accomplished in our trip to the United States, hoping that they will also be, and many of them will also be freed and encouraged. Because Zamboanga Bible College will soon become an accredited Christian college, the first accredited school of the Churches of Christ by the Philippine government. On the contrary, many were dismayed. Many were unhappy, and they made so many problems that cost me a lot of dismay and sorrow. Many times I go home at night, and I was like a little baby, crying alone in bed. It is because I had no one to go to the country. Until finally, because I could no longer bear all the trials that I had to face in the time being the president of Zamboanga Bible College, I decided to move out of Zamboanga Bible College. Before I could move out, another director of a Bible school, Philippine Bible College in Quezon City, the late Douglas Ganselman Payne, and personally invited me to go and direct the school because he was already going home. I said, give me a time to think about it. I will not give you any assurance that I will be accepting the offer. The offer was so good. Free housing, it's a big mansion. Free light, water. Free automobile. And all the beds in the rooms will be left behind for us to use. There's a store that manufactures ice drop. They're giving those things to me. And plus a big sum of money for my monthly salary. That was 1,000 pesos a month. That was then the salary of a pilot. What do you think about it? You know. But I have been suffering in Zamboanga City because of the jealousy of my own brothers in Christ. With the same fate that I will be experiencing if I accept the offer in Quezon City. In early 1970, we are about to get out of Zamboanga City with no definite plan where to go. In and I spent a week of vacation in Mindanao. I talked to my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law was coming from Musang to visit land here. That's what I will go with you. After visiting Bayugan in early 1970, I decided that in and I and our children will move to this place where there's no church, except a church there in that cemetery, which was only about, nothing to 10 members of the church, and hardly being members on them. I said, we are coming to Musang. We left Zamboanga in the late 70s. It was June 20, 1970 when we arrived in Bayugan. But I have already bought a house, an old rugged house. We put all our things when we arrived, and those things were also accompanied by one of our closest friends in Zamboanga City. At night, when the moon is shining, you can see the moon through the roof. And you can see also the bright shining of the moon along our blue windows. There persisted for 2 years of work. This is one thing that I want to tell you before I go into the first important aspect of establishing the Sunrise Christian House. There was not a single person in Butuan that is a true member of the church. There's a person that went there from Butuan City, and he thought that he would do mission work, but instead of being one converting others, he was converted back to Catholicism. Then there's another one who presented himself to me and he said, I am baptized by missionary Hamilton in Zamboanga City. I have a good discussions with the Iglesia of Cristo. And I know a lot of the Bible. But his mouth exudes the fume or the smell of tobacco. So I said frankly to his eyes, brother, even if you know from Genesis to Revelation, I do not care about that happens. Because the smell that comes out of the mouth is not from a mouth of a Christian, but to a drunk. So for 2 years, Lena and I were the only two that were working around in Butuan City, knocking at doors during the day, and in the evening, beginning at 6 o'clock in Kulaming, we start our Bible study with people that we have impacted. In our work of knocking doors in one day, we could not finish teaching them even in 2 months. For 2 years, we had no convert. But we have been with people that will come into our worship service because we attend to these people and do personal work. After 2 years, mother and brother, son and his mom were baptized. The family name is Ilote, I don't know where they are now. And week after week we had baptisms. And when our congregation grew up and established a decent congregation, of that congregation here, Brother now. Willie is now the director. Our word had grown up. And the people who came from Zamboanga, they said, Halapas lang na. Halapas lang. His work is going to slow down. But I have been working not because I was born, but because I have dedicated my life, and my wife is the 23rd year of me, and Salvador, when he was only 15 years old, had handled a congregation in Las Vegas for 2 years, I think, before he was sent to study in Baptist City. And this is what I want to tell you. I do not believe that I can convert many people if I only use the pulpit as the means of converting them. Many of our converts were converted because of our nightly or daily visit to them and our daily studies with them. It is because I grounded them in the truth, and many of them until now are still in the church. So a congregation of people whose preachers do not do any mission work by personal work would not grow. This is one thing that I want to tell you. If you have people, if you do not do any personal work, you are working with vain. Because you only preach in the pulpit, that they will also give you your salary only because of your preaching and holding. That should not be. Now I come to the core of the things that I will impart to you in this 1 hour of talk. It was my dream to establish a Christian college. It is because I know that in a Christian college I will have many young minds to attend our classes. And one of the things that we will emphasize in the school, just as Sunrise Christian College has been emphasizing, is a daily devotional wherein the young minds be taught of the truth, wherein discipline is imposed to the students, wherein Christian living is also taught to them, and little by little and gradually they can become better people who know the truth, and they will soon become Christians by themselves and not being pushed to become to be baptized. I believe in that. That is why when we have operated the college department until went down even to the primary department, I have told the people that have helped us in our preaching that a school is a built-in mission field. Built-in mission field. And if anyone had not thought about that, I would like them to think of what I am going to challenge to them, that if you have a school, you have a mission field right there under your nose and under your supervision, and under that campus you can teach the people how to live a Christian life and how to obey the Lord Jesus Christ. Mission field. You see, our prospects are not only our students. We have converted some of our teachers to become members of the church. We have converted our students who came here as denominations, and they went out as Christians. Some of them are also preachers. We have one in San Felipe at this time, I don't know where it's there, and we have one in Canada who came here also and become a preacher in Bayugan for a while. That's the first thing about Sunrise Christian College. To make it a built-in mission field. Secondly, if I have a school that will graduate people with the academic degree, I know that I am helping the growth of the church, because these people have been taught of the responsibility of a Christian to give out of their means. And if they are already teachers, they have salary to receive each 15th or 20 or the end of the month. And so they can give more to the need of the congregation where they be a member of. That is another goal that I have thought of to do. Yes, God has blessed us. We have so many that have graduated here and are now teaching in different places in our country. Others have been employed in other countries. And secondly and thirdly, to build up, to upgrade the quality of our churches. To build up, upgrade the quality of our churches. I have preached now for 53 years. I have never heard anyone except the other night that a member of the Church of Christ has been invited to speak in a graduation in college or high school or even in the elementary, and have been invited to speak in a governor's birthday and in a capital's inauguration. None of the preachers that I know, unless I have not heard of it, have been invited that way. Why? Because our standard of being a preacher is that if you can only quote from the Bible, whatever there is for you to achieve that you can achieve. So it will be. It is because your word is only to preach the gospel. But sadly enough, when these preachers are employed, I despise the congregations that employ them. It is because some of them, when it comes to my caliber, they have the caliber of teachers and other professionals. But they are only given a meager salary for their services. Just like I said in my class last Sunday, the leader of the church from Methodist Church was converted to Christianity that I followed. When I asked, because I needed some assistance in my work, he said, yeah, that's fine. But we can only give him a salary of 2,500 pesos a month. My brethren, that is belittling the mentality of our preachers. When these preachers only have the opportunity just as they have, to pursue higher education here, brighter than many of those teachers in the audience. While one should be looked down on them and give them a pitiful salary when you serve the congregation. So the purpose, one of those purposes, the third purpose I have given to you is to upgrade the quality of our preachers. To become, to stand in part with people that are in the different professions, that can speak the professions of others and speak to them the Bible very fluently. Ilit lang na di sayak ng Ibilog, kano lang ditong tuoperya. No? Maybe you call me a high standard preacher. I am not calling myself a high standard preacher, but I feel the situation of our preachers. Because they spent 4 years in Bible college only to be treated locally and lowly as that. Our teachers who hardly the pass, the teachers board are given 20 to almost 30,000 pesos a month. And we remain to be the lowest paying institution in the world. The Church of Christ, 2,500 pesos a month. And when I asked why did he suggested that the salary be 2,200 pesos a month, he said, oh, he has to be. He is a preacher. He needs to sacrifice. That's fine. Is a preacher not sacrificing if you are going to give him 5,000 to 10,000 pesos a month or more? You go and try. Not at the nose. And what sacrifice will you get by people telling you, we're not interested. Matao ko ngayon natin, matay ko ngayon. They believe in the preachers because I will call you. This is not the kind of mentality that a true Christian has to have, but one who promotes with all sacrifices to provide, let us say, decent salary for their preachers. And only through Sunrise Christian College or other Christian colleges accredited by the government to do that. And hopefully, I would like to kind of repeat number 2. That they could stand face to face and impart the truth to people of those who are ranking officials of the government. Yung Bisaya, kasagaran sa atong mga ministro, magkatubang ng mga they will put that. Vice Mayor, the same thing. Another who is a wealthy man, the same thing. I know my son had been scolded by Mrs. Plasticos trying to influence one of his son who studied at Pepperdine University. I know that. He does not know that, but I know what happened to him when he was scolded by Mrs. Plasticos. It is because of dealing inferior feeling of people who have needs and who have higher education than them. Sunrise Christian College aim is to improve the quality of the education that we give to our teachers so that they can stand up, look face to face, eye to eye with people who are highly educated and have money. The other night or the last week, we talk about some members here in Group 1 that have moved to other places and have made a posting. And every time that they come and worship with us, they contribute that which we cannot expect people to contribute. They have housing projects or state real estate business, as condominium, and other places, or even in Canada. How was it converted? It is because of the persistency of the wife who has become his wife, who has a Christian since she was young, that allowed me to get the opportunity to have a Bible study with him and he was converted. And then the manager of a company, an insurance company, one of the oldest insurance companies in the Philippines, the Solar Life Company, was also converted. It is because I have developed in myself that I respect not anybody and be ashamed of them to face them when I treat them in church. I have also made an arrangement with the governor, the previous governor of Surigao City, but the arrangement for a Bible study was left out because the late President Marcos told him to Malacanang, and he stayed here for a long time. And converted two vice mayors who are leaders of a well-known denominations in the Philippines. It is because of the preparation that I have gotten from the schools that I have been a student, and preachers of the gospel who are not second to anyone, that have given me to listen, being brave in the face of all kinds of people. This is one thing that I would like to see accomplished by Sunrise Christian College. But when people have seen that the college is improving, they are so infused to it and made a report to our sponsoring congregation in the United States. And in 1997, they showed me a letter about that high from the table, all written by Filipino preachers who are said to be my bosom friends. And people that I've helped rise up from the dirt to live a better life have also written to destroy me. That I'm a lazy man, that I don't do anything in the campus but sleep and sing in my home with a pajama at one time. This is something that a Christian college could erase and correct if we have a Christian college. But people continue to be induced and cannot get out of the mental mentality. When people rise up above them, we try to pull down so that that problem will stay indefinitely. My friends, there are many factors that I can tell you why there is a necessity that I have established Sunrise Christian College. The first is that when the amount of number of preachers are no longer enough, or I am no longer enough to supervise and try to strengthen the congregations that I have led with around the 16 of them to be exact. I needed the assistance of preachers that are trained properly. So we started Sunrise School Evangelism with the use of our facilities in Pical church. I could honestly say that I built the church building. Then started a 2-year degree for training school for preachers, Sunrise School of Evangelism. But my mind kept on working. I wanted to see a Christian college established. And so in 1997, I stood up in front of the Tikal church. Imagine I built that building. I said, where are we going to put our students if we have about 50 students? That's a big question. We had a library, we had nothing to spend. So I dreamed every that I have to be born and go to the States and ask for funds to buy a land. So Lynn and I went there in 1987. We went to Mount Lake City and Mount Lake Terrace, Washington, Grace Point. And I taught. I was invited to teach Lynn's class Sunday and preach in the worship service. You know, my friends, that ladies' class are filled with retired ladies. Retirado ng mga babae, gikan sa nagkalain-lain naman profession. And they listened to me intensively when I presented my Bible lesson, and then I appealed to them for help after I presented to them the need or the cost of that trip. The need for fund to buy a land. One of those listeners or those in the class is a widow. Is a widow. Her husband once was a manager of the General Motor Company in Michigan. Her only son was my former classmate and was now serving a deacon in Mount Terrace at that time, along with the daughter who was also my classmate. And when we went to the house of his son, where he was seeing, he gave me a very inspiring comment of what I had done in the class and how what I had done in my teaching. And she said, I want to continue to encourage you to continue to be steady. We came home after several visits to other congregations and several miles of trip. Empty-handed, except for a 2,500 or a duplicating machine. know if you were on our feet, in our shoes. Will you continue? We have to cut it off with empty hands, come back with an empty pocket. But 2 weeks after, there was a letter from the Mount Terrace congregation that a lady named Goldie Rice was going to provide whatever money I need by the land. If we could send him the amount of money needed to buy the land for school. And Lynn and I, almost 3 weeks, we rode around with our canoe and many times walked around looking for a land that we could appropriately say it's good for a college, building or school. We came to this area and we learned the price of 1 hectare of this land, the 24 hectares, was only 500,000 pesos. So we relate to them the news. In another week, the money was deposited in our bank in America again. And I have also a bank account at the Philippine National Bank at that time. And I withdrew the money. After that, I paid this line for 600,000, including everything that we did. This was 600,000, my brother. After 1 week, somebody wanted to buy 5 hectares for $1 million pesos. I said, no. First place, this is not mine. It is by the privilege, owned by the privilege. And other women, Goldie also, Goldie Smith, who was then Lombardo, contributed much money to Sunrise Christian College for the purpose of building up the college building and also the swimming pool. But of course, behind that is another Goldie. Goldie of this Golden, and Ian. That's why we call our golden best another of gave lots of money to support the work here at Sunrise Christian College. I cannot remember many more, but these are the ladies that have really done a lot